Ladies and gentlemen, gather around and listen closely, because today we're diving into a topic that hits us all at some point: regret. The kind of regret that doesn't just linger, but gnaws at the soul. The kind that keeps someone awake at night, haunted by all the what-ifs and could-have-beens. You see, they thought you'd be just like everyone else. They assumed you'd swallow every insult, tolerate every slight, and bend to their whims as if they were doing you some grand favor by letting you stay in their world. They treated you like an afterthought, like background noise, just another face in the crowd. But you did something they never saw coming. You walked away. They never expected it. They thought you'd stand there, desperate for their attention, eager for their crumbs. They wrote a story in their heads, cast you in a role before you even knew it. They believed they could take their time, playing games, getting their thrills, while you'd simply wait, accepting their treatment as if it were your due. But you defied every expectation. You rewrote the narrative. You chose yourself. Now, here they are, replaying moments they should have treated you better, reliving conversations where they could have chosen kindness but opted for control instead. Regret. Oh, it's a slow burn. It creeps up when their defenses are down. Suddenly, they're left with nothing but the memories of their own actions, the casual dismissals, the cutting words, the disregard. They're heavy weights now pressing down, a constant reminder of what they've lost. They see it now, too late. You weren't just a convenience. You weren't just someone to fill their time. They thought they could mold you, shape you, keep you on a string, but you had the strength to break free. And that's what stings the most. They thought they were in control, thought they held all the cards, but now they see the real power was yours all along. And that reality? It's hollowing. They didn't just lose someone who cared. They lost someone who saw through their charades, who recognized their weaknesses and chose not to exploit them. They believed they were untouchable, above accountability. But they miscalculated. Imagine waking up every day with the knowledge that you had something precious and threw it away. There's no one to blame but themselves, no one to shift the guilt to. They thought they could play the victim, paint you as the unreasonable one. But the truth is undeniable. You left with grace, with dignity, leaving them alone to grapple with their own conscience. And isn't that the greatest punishment of all? Every time they see someone who even remotely reminds them of you, it's a stab to the heart. They know they let their pride, arrogance, and pettiness cost them something they may never find again. They didn't just lose a friend, a partner, or a confidant. They lost someone who saw past their flaws, who would have stayed if only they'd shown a fraction of the same loyalty. Regret is a funny thing. It doesn't come all at once. It trickles in. A small ache here, a pang there, until suddenly it's a flood that can't be stopped. It doesn't matter how much they try to distract themselves, or how many faces they surround themselves with, none of them are you. And deep down, they know it. They can chase all they want, but they're chasing a ghost, a figment of something they destroyed with their own hands. now the tables have turned. They're the ones seeking, hoping, desperate to undo what's been done. But the past is a closed book, isn't it? A story no amount of remorse can rewrite. They wanted power, they wanted control, but now they're the ones who are powerless. The ones who have to sit with the ache of knowing they ruined something real. And all they have left is the realization that they lost you, not because you weren't enough, but because they failed to rise to meet you. That's the sting of it, isn't it? They had every chance, and they blew it. They thought you'd be the one left broken, but look at them now, scrambling, reaching out to empty air, haunted by the silence you left behind. You, the one they thought they could take for granted, the one they assumed would always be there. Now they're left wondering if anyone will ever care for them the way you did. Spoiler alert, probably not. So let them live with it. Let them carry the weight of their choices. Let them squirm in the bed they made. They might try to convince themselves they're fine, that they don't care, but the truth follows them everywhere. You were the real deal. The honest one. The person who gave them something they weren't ready to receive. And now, when it's all gone, they realize what they had. They wanted a reaction. They wanted drama. But what they got was silence. And silence, my friends, is louder than any scream, any argument, any show of anger. It's the ultimate statement, the undeniable truth they can't twist or deny. They can't handle the silence because it forces them to confront their own emptiness, their own shortcomings, and that's a punishment that doesn't end. Let them sit in their regret. Let them wonder. Let them question. Let them live in that purgatory of what if, because at the end of the day, they're the architects of their own misery. They thought they could control you, that they held the strings, but now they see you were the one who was truly free, the one who had the strength to walk away. Now, and here they are, forced to watch as you move forward, unbothered, untouched. They thought they had you wrapped around their little finger, thought they held the power to keep you bound. But now they're the ones caught in their own web, struggling to free themselves from the very chains they tried to shackle you with. They thought they could dim your light, but instead, your silence only made it burn brighter. And all they can do is squint against the brilliance, haunted by the clarity that they darkened their own path. They thought anyone could replace you, that you were just another face in the crowd. But faces blend, names fade, and none carry the weight, the wisdom, the fire that you did. That's their curse now, to live with the knowledge that they tossed away a diamond while chasing after glass. Every hollow laugh, every empty connection reminds them of the unmistakable void. They know now that they didn't just lose someone. They lost the one person who genuinely cared, who brought out the best in them. And that's a loss no one else can fill, a wound time won't heal. So let them face those long, quiet nights with nothing but the weight of their regret. Because you didn't have to lift a finger. You didn't have to sink to their level. You rose above it. You left them in the dust of their own destruction. They're haunted by the truth they can't change, tormented by the reality they created. They wanted you to be the one in pieces, but look at them now, lost, bewildered, staring at the ruins of their own making, and all they can do is regret. Regret the loss, regret the choices, regret the day they underestimated you.